Welcome back, everybody, to the Now Morning Show. Here we are exploring folk music once again, part two, because you enjoyed it so much last week. And again, as you rightly said, as people were messaging, they said that there was so much more they wanted to know and so much more that we could explore. So we're doing just that this morning. So we have Gemma Jordan, who is also a retired teacher, and she has a strong passion for folk music. And we're going to be having a chat with her about folk music, which she loves so much, and the experience of folk music. Good morning, Gemma.
Good morning, everyone, and good morning to your viewers. Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being with us
Yes.
this morning. And just off camera, you were telling us that our guest before, Mr. Carter, is actually a very good friend of yours. And you wanted us to ask you the question you, what you love about folk music.
Okay, let me just say that my love for folk music really came to the fore, and Mr. Carter and I attended the same teacher training college, which is Mausika Teachers College, which was residential. Huh? That was one of the experiments. It came into being in 1963, right after independence. And it trained a number of people who wanted to become teachers and those who had just started teaching. And we had a tutor there, Mrs. Daphne Pilgrim at the time. She became Daphne Cuffey, who loved folk music. And therefore, and I heard George mention June Joseph. June Joseph was the music teacher, but she concentrated on classical music. But Daphne Cuffey concentrated on folk music. So we had a classical choir under June Joseph and a folk choir under Daphne Cuffey. And this is where our love for folk music, really came to the fore. Because what we love about folk music is it tells a story. And as George said, it tells you something about society, the people in it, or any event which takes place. And
Yeah.
one of the characteristics is that it lends itself to drama. So you can never be sad when singing a folk song.
You don't have any sad
Because,
ones?
what's that?
You don't have
It
any
doesn't.
sad folk
Yeah.
songs?
Even if it's sad, you are happy singing it. But you come up with a facial expression and the body language to go with the song. But the mere fact that you're singing it, you are happy to sing it because of the drama. And what I also love about folk music, it lends itself to an arrangement. What makes it interesting is in many folk songs, if you listen carefully, you will hear that there's a change key, right? Which really holds the interest of the not only the singer, but also those who are listening to it.
But
So,
All
Miss
right.
Jordan,
So we want you to put it into practice, though.
no, but
All
hold
that
on,
you
hold
just
on.
told us.
Before you do that, is it not most of them sound like they're in the A minor, right? Like that Re minor key that Calypso was based on in the early days.
well, actually, there's no fixed key for folk songs. As a tutor, you find the key which is most comfortable for the
But
person.
the progression is the same as the Re minor
Yes.
progression.
Yeah.
Okay,
All
all right. But
Right.
now you can put it into practice first.
Yes.
All right. And also it has this call and response. So like you have every time I pass. So there's a part for the ladies and a part for the men. So the ladies will sing, every time I pass, you look at me. Every time I pass, you look at me. I go tell me mama, don't send me down there.
Tell
And the
your
men
mama don't send me down there.
I'm going to tell me mama, don't send me down there. And the
To tell
men
your
jump.
mama, don't
don't
send me
send
down.
you down me.
So you have, you have room for soloists and you have
Right.
parts for the male and the female. So that nice call and response and that interaction among the performers on stage, I think all of this lends itself to the beauty and the appreciation for folk music. You also, what I find, you have some in English, you have some in French, and you have some which is a combination of both.
Yeah.
So you listen to folk music from other places, and it's all in one language. But as George said, because of the influence of the French over here,
Yeah.
right, we have the English, the French, and the combination of both.
Yeah, but where did the folk music originate? We can't seem to pinpoint where
And
it came from.
is the beauty of it because it is handed down from generation to generation. Now, there's a definition. I don't know if I agree with it totally, but there's a definition which says that many times you do not know the writer of a folk song.
Right.
All right? Because it goes so far back. Olive Walk started La Petite in 1940, 40, right? 1940. And we all know that when you talk about folk music, you must mention the name Olive Walk. All right? But she, and just like Daphne Coffey at Mausica Teachers College, they did their research, so they got folk songs from not only here, but all of the islands and other places. So to say exactly where it started, you can't say, but you know that it is down.
But
And
you
also,
know,
does it also change? It changes as it's handed down, though, not so? Because I assume that, however, it would have started from, let's say, if it came from back in the days of slavery and whatever, and it came through the years, every time it comes down a generation, it would evolve and change, not so?
Right. And also some of the words may be, okay, if I am just learning it by listening to a recording of it, and I may not catch the exact word on the recording, so I may sing something which I think I'm hearing, and then I may pass that on. And this is, when you talk about the lyrics may change a bit. Also, you may adapt the lyrics sometimes, to suit
But do we have recordings though? Do we have a lot of recordings of the music?
La Petite Musicale. You have Mausica Teachers College, right? From way back, as I said, started in 63. And it was a dynamic folk choir. So you have that. And the West Village program, I remember, might be about 10, 12 years ago, they got all the groups that took part in the folk music category and did a recording. So that should be out there also.
Right. But tell me something, Ms. Jordan. If we were to say we want to update the musicality of it, so I know traditionally you would just have a guitar and some drums, or piano and a guitar and some drums. What if we wanted to put, like, the modern sound of 2021 into folk music? Would that be a problem, or would that be?
No, because actually it has been done. I have seen the flute being introduced, the pan, of course you have the bass, the guitar.
But I talking about mad electronic drums and things. I talking about like funky pop music drums.
Would it still be considered folk?
I don't know what you will call that. That music, which has the lyrics may remain the same. I'm not sure if you will call it a folk. It might be.
What are you going to sing for us? Because I mean, the people are here to hear the songs for sure.
And I mean, Gemma Jordan, you're a world-class icon, and people are looking forward to that voice. They're messaging on Facebook talking about golden voice and all kind of thing,
You understand? So
they had to give you a little something.
George spoke about folk songs and education. All right. So like if you're doing social studies and you're dealing with family life and you want to speak to the students about the importance of planning your family, you can use the one they call La Parinden. It says the string banner children I got here, they're too bad for me. The string banner children, I tell you, is a trouble tree. The string banner children by jingles, they're too much for me. The whole 6 of these little devils, they want to kill me. Lassa mitimwe la parenden, lassa mitimwe. So you can use that and say to the children, you have to plan your family, because have the number of children who you think you can really take care of properly.
You can handle.
Because yes, there will be times when, Lord, they want to kill you. So you can use that folk song, to drive home the message, the need to plan your family.
So folk songs are not only for entertainment, but it's also to give a lesson as well.
And this is it. It's just like calypso, because I tell people that you can find a calypso to deal with any topic.
Exactly.
So research, yes, you can find the folk songs, right? Like if you want to get children to eat fish, there's one called Poisson, right? And it says, Poisson, poisson, c'est une belle déjeuner. Poisson, poisson, c'est une belle déjeuner. Any fish today, madame, oh, any fish today, madame, oh. Poisson, poisson, c'est une belle déjeuner. And all you're saying that fish, it is a delicious meal. you know,
Right.
said
But then it's in a language that the children wouldn't understand.
I was about to say.
But then again, you explain what it means.
Right.
And this is what makes
they start learning the language.
But then you could also use that in a French class as well.
That's it. Because as I said, quite a number of the folk songs are done in French because of the French influence here.
Miss Gemma, sing your favorite folk song for us, because you've been giving us the knowledge, but I'm not getting enough singing. There's no balance here.
And the time up. And the time up.
Yes, sing your favorite song to take us out, because we do have to go.
My favorite folk song. There's one I love to do, which is a combination of, a popular one. This is my island in the sun, where my people have toiled since time begun. I may sail on many a sea, the shores will always be home to me. A paradise, a paradise, a paradise on earth. A paradise, a paradise, a paradise on earth. A paradise, if there is one, that lies beneath the setting sun. A little off the Spanish Main, the capital is Port of Spain. It's small in size, though it may be, but beautiful a scenery. Coconut palms swing in the air. Calypso music is everywhere. Sweet Trinidad and Tobago, sweet Trinidad, land of Calypso, sweet Trinidad, as we all know, sweet Trinidad.
Thank you so much, Miss Gemma Jordan.
I feel like I should have had a lighter there to put up.
Oh my
That paradise found by
Robinson
Crusoe.
And it is said it's the land of tomorrow. Princess Margaret said, come to Benga
for a holiday.
That's it, Natalie.
Thank you so much, Miss Gemma. But we do have to go, so you enjoy your day. It was a blessing having you here this morning. We appreciate you.
Thank you so much for having me. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.
Same to you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Take care.
Okay. Hey, you found it?
What do you mean?